Okay, so good morning everyone and welcome back in today's class. So yesterday we started a new topic called the reporting and the dashboard. We saw that what type of reports available in the service now, and we call this report as a standard reporting. Okay, these are not the kind of, I can say, the customized one. Customize is not the right word, but I can say these are not the calculation based reports. These are the normal simple reports where you can just put a table name and you are getting the report as per the requirement. But yes, ServiceNow give us a lot of functionality on the reporting part, some aggregation, maximum, minimum distinction that you can do easily at your end. Okay. Today we are going to be discuss another topic of the reporting is called the dashboard. Because when you talk to a person, suppose I'm talking to a person who is leading a practice, who is leading a complete 10 or 16 or 10 or 20 teams under him, it is not feasible for him to get all the reports one by one and analyze the stuff. Then what else he need? He has simple question that I need one place where I can go and check my all kind of status. Normal example, when you say, when I say that this is a kind of these things, I need all the apps on the home page in my phone so that I can pick up any app immediately at any point of time. Instead of I open my phone, go to the settings button or go to the apps and then I can open my apps. So this is the concept of the dashboards here. Okay. Dashboards are nothing but just a collection of reports on a single place. That is the purpose of the dashboards. Okay. So now let me take you on the service now. Number of dashboards, like reports when we talk, number of reports given by ServiceNow out of the box, and number of dashboards also given by ServiceNow out of the box. You can just put the dashboard here. Okay. And you can go to the self-service dashboards. Click under this, and here a new page will be open for you guys. And you can see here, these are the dashboards given by ServiceNow to me. Recent, which I opened just recently, owned by me, created by myself, shared with me, someone share this dashboard with me, and all dashboard till now which is available for me or created by out of the box, I can see here. So you can see a number of dashboards are there, still loading, right? So what I can do, let me show you something. Go here and search for the dashboards. Incident. So these are the dashboard for the incident. Let me open one dashboard. Incident management, normal one. Let it be open. So this is my dashboard, which contains 4 different tabs for my user. In the incident review, in the incident overview, I have multiple reports. Open, closed or not updated 5 days. बेसिक इंडिकेटर्स क्या है, न्यू इंसिडेंट्स कितने आए हैं मेरे पास, प्रायोरिटी वाइज कितने आए हैं मेरे पास. इफ आई गो टू द इंसिडेंट open incidents, age incident, priority incidents, average incidents. So all this data is coming from the reports only, nothing else. These all are the reports. Incident new, percentage of new critical incidents. This is can be coming from the PA, performance analytics. Okay, by priority, by category, incident resolve incident, average resolution time, priority, incident priority, all these things. So in short, you can create one dashboard and you can create multiple tabs in that dashboard. In a single tab, you can have a multiple reports on the place. Now we will see that how I can create my dashboard. Click on the plus, sorry, go here, new dashboard. Okay. When you click on the new dashboard, put the name of the dashboard here. Meaning group. Group means that who is or which group is there who is going to maintain this particular dashboard going forward. Like I'll say, okay, this dashboard authority, this dashboard ownership lie with two people, Santosh and Anjan, but they should be a member of any group. They should be in a one group, only then I can provide them the authority. Order number. Order basically on the displaying part, you can put an order number. Restrict to the roles. It means who cannot see this particular dashboard. Because when I click on the all, I can see everything. But when I put on the restrictions, if I say if anyone who has the ITL role should not able to see this particular dashboard. So these things you can do it at your end very easily. And honor by default it's taking the login username. You can change the honor as well. Now let me click on the submit. I'm not creating, sorry, I did not create anything. I just put a simple framework, a name only, that this is my dashboard name. Here you can see, right? Now go here, create tab. Okay. I can rename my tab with the this thing. Let's have a change. Change. Then let's have a now on the change. I want to put some reports. What you can do, you can go and click on this plus. Plus means this widgets I am adding. Widgets means, and you can see here, you want to add some favorite, you want to add some reports, you want to add something from the performance analytics, you want to add some interactive filters. Okay. Anjan, write this point in the chat window. What do you mean by interactive filter? You guys need to be read that. Okay. Then content blocks, gadgets, you want to add something, CMDB, you want to add something. So multiple stuffs are there, multiple things you can see here. Mainly we use reports or PA. Let me put a report. Which report? Yesterday we created the batch 2 report, right? Click here and click on the add. It is added here, right? Now I want to add one more report on the place. Okay, report. I want to add test 1, 2, 3, 4. Click add. It is going like this. Okay. So this is the way that you can add the multiple reports. Then you can go here, configuration. How you want to see your dashboards. 9 boxes, 3 boxes, 4 boxes, like this or like this. I say I want to see this manner. See. No, I want to see this manner. I want to see this manner. I want to see this manner. This manner. Then you can do it. Background, how you want to set it. Okay. You can use the background like this, or you can go like this. See. ये तो घातक हो गया एकदम, right? So you can put the background. If you want to create tab, you can create tab here as well. Tab 3. Okay. So these things, it is easily manageable. Plus, these are not personalized. Tejal points. This is not the personalized. This is a single place where you are adding and multiple people are able to see that part. Okay. Now let me come back to my change. Okay. Now important point which I need to be show you here. In the reports, we have a functionality called the share. In dashboard also we have a functionality called the share. Okay. How you can share this thing? Sharing. Why this is important to tell you, because being a managing director, he will ask his PA, okay, create one dashboard and share with all my direct reportees. So this is a place where he can do this particular stuff. Suppose I am an incident manager and I'm handling the 20 resources under me. I don't want that anyone missed out any incident. So I created one standard dashboard and I'm going to share that dashboard with everyone. Plus the another benefit in that I am giving, it is up to me. Shall I give rights to those people to change anything in the dashboard or not? Like I am giving you my personal instance access. If tomorrow I write a ACL and mention your names in the ACL that these guys should not able to make any changes in my system. They can work as an admin, but they cannot modify anything which I write it. Then I can do that part. So you can share with all, you can share with group, you can share with user, and you can share with the specific roles as well. If any person who is having the IT director role should able to see this. Let me click on the plus button here. Two represents to whom we want to send it. I want to send it to Santosh. Okay, I want to send it to you, training group. So at a single place, you can send it to group and user both. Send an email invitation. I can send message you want to put. Hello, please use dashboard. And represents important, which this option was not available in the reporting part, but this is available in our dashboards. Represents can view, can edit. I say only view. They cannot make any changes. If by mistake my L1 resource make any changes in my dashboard, it can impact my KPIs. So better I should not give these rights to anyone. Then click on the share. These two will get an email, and when they open their instance, they are able to see this particular stuff at the end. One user, one group invited. When changing dashboard group permission no longer applied. Check. Now, if you want to see something, you can put it like this. Properties अगर आपको देखना है, अगर आपको कुछ और ऐड करना है इसके ऊपर, you can add all these things on the place. Okay, create favorite. But this is my favorite dashboard. I want every time on the top. You can get it favorite as well. Refresh filters. Okay, we are discussing one more point that is called the sorry, not this one. This one. Interactive filters, right? Let's see what are those interactive filters. These are my interactive filter. Let me show you on the okay. So what this means specifically, let me show you here. Basically, interactive filters क्या हैं? Those filters which can help you to change the results of your report by using the filtration only. Okay, if I say in this batch, what are the interactive filters for me? Total candidates 8. Male female is one of my interactive filter. Qualification is my another interactive filter. Your experience is my another this thing interactive filter. So these are the filters which I can use on my dashboard and change the look of my results. I'm creating a report on the incident, but I'm putting the multiple interactive filter to fetch the different type of reports. Like the example, I have one dashboard or I have one report. My manager say I want to see the priority wise, I want to see the close date wise, I want to see the impact wise, I want to see the urgency wise, all the incidents. I have one option. I create 4 different dashboards. He want no. I'll put the interactive filter on the place. So what this says, interactive filter allow you to filter reports widgets directly from a home page or dashboard without modifying the report. It means you don't need to do any changes in the report. You are just changing your filters to do that part. You can create an interactive filter and add it on the home page or dashboard as a widget, selecting a value in the interactive filter widgets. The data in the report widgets homepage will be changed. Okay. Yeah. I said okay. Boolean. New Boolean cloud dashboard active radio button. Okay. Now means this particular what I'll do? False. I guess something is not working. Maybe we need to be define something in the background. Okay. But these things can be used to work on the these things. Why am I doing 2 times here? Okay. To your dashboards or the home pages, because I never work. I rarely use 1 or 2 times only my this interactive filters. So you guys need to be understand that what type of interactive filter you want to put. This is my incident. Let's see anything on the incident priority. Click on the add. If something is differenting, no. So it means I need to add that interactive filter on my report only. Only then it will be work. Like if I go here and okay, with these things I want to show you these options as well. Increase the height or decrease the height, you can do it. Okay, then you can edit the content. Click on the pencil. Content means I am changing something in my reports directly now. See, my reports has been changed. Instead of going in the report and do the stuff, I am just changing it from here only. Okay.
Atul, we have some setting in the style. Somewhere I have seen that interaction on something.
Yes, I'm coming to that point only.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'll come to on dashboard. Let me come back to my dashboards quickly. Okay, so instead of directly going in the report, you can click on this pencil icon and you can go to the content changes as well. Okay. Now, third point is let the report will be load. One thing you need to be remember, the heavier report, the performance of my system will be impacting. So better create a simple reports and put the dash on the dashboard instead of creating one report with the multiple conditions. Okay. Now I'll go here. Okay, this thing we done. To refresh my stuff, I can do that part, and then I go to the edit visit. See, follow interactive filter. You can do it here. Click here. Show when following this. Border you want to show, header you want to show, title you want to show, alignment you want to put, title color you want to put, or header color you want to put. Let me put on the done here. Okay. Now let's see if I can get something on the filtration part. Yes, it's working now. Right? So I can put software. I can say, okay, remove hardware, let's put the software. My things are be coming here. You can see, right? So by this manner, so what is this? So these are the filter These are the interactive filters which is given by ServiceNow already to you. And believe me, where you have a incident this thing now report, and if you're putting multiple incident report, you're able to use this filter on the all reports in a one go. Let me put false. So it will result like this for me. Okay. Then at the end, what we have, let me click on the plus. This thing we discussed, and finally, if you want to remove this, you can just click on the cross icon. It will be removed from there. So for you guys, it is important to understand that when you're going to talk to your executive, talk to your, sorry, not executive, talk to your customer, how you want to sell this thing to them. Say, boss, don't worry, I have an interactive filter for you on the place. You can utilize that. And these are the out of the box filter given to me. Group. Maybe you are creating something on the group table. Nothing is there. Let me go back. Reference. Skill, tabs, topics by category, user as a reference, widgets as a reference. So multiple things are there. So try to go today and read all the interactive filter. Minimum you want to know that groups का क्या है, priority, categories क्या है. At least हर box का for every option open and see that what available is for you. Like this. And you can create your own as well. Nothing to be worried. You can create your own interactive filter and apply on the dashboards as well. Okay. Okay. Any question till this point? Any doubt, any question, any clarification required till this point?
No, Atul.
Tejal, Shilpi, Ishwari, Anjan, Narayan.
Yes, sir.
Good, sir.
Okay. Yesterday we were discussing about the reports. Okay. Now let me take you on the reporting part as well. Or maybe I'll just.
So, Atul, one quick question.
Yes, Santosh.
Can we bring this dashboard to a service portal as well?
You can bring actually, but that is again impact it can be impact your performance. You need to be check the service portal visits,
Okay.
and you can create your own visits, and then you can bring that dashboard there.
Okay.
Basically, if I say we have a dashboards, definitely we have a dashboards, but that is not for our service portal. That is for the CSM portal.
Okay.
Customer service management, we have a dashboards on the place.
Okay. Then we can bring it then.
Yes, because if any user who is coming to service portal, what is the purpose for him to be get these dashboards? But if I'm a director of a company and I want to see the status of my all the things, then definitely I need something on the portal, and that portal is not the service portal. That portal is called the customer service portal, CSM.
Oh, CSM. Okay.
Okay. Reports here. Okay. View and run report. Let me open or pick up any report here. Let me take this thing. Okay. Now, if I want to add this report on the dashboard, I can click here, add to dashboard, click add to dashboard here. Then you can have an option where you want to add on the dashboard or on the home page. I say on the dashboard. On the dashboard, which dashboard you have? I have a batch 2. Okay. On which tab you want to add it? Change your incident. I say let it add be the incident. Click add here. Now this report has been added on my incident dashboard. Okay. Now if you are having the admin rights, plus if you are having the report admin rights, then what else you can do? You can go here and you can create a You can schedule any report here, which we discussed yesterday. Okay, plus if I go here, you can see the statistics of your reports. Click on the report stats. This is good to know. This tell me that which report run the last, how many times it has been run, on the pages it has been done, is it schedule, run time कितना था इसका, sorry, recent run time कितना था और actual run time कितना है इसका. So by this you can see that which of the report is getting lot of time. And believe me, when we schedule any report, admin guys see this thing on the place. Like see, you can see 219, 231, 282. These are the milliseconds actually, right? But if these are the minutes, then it's more than 4 hours, 5 hours, these things. Then definitely you'll not prefer to go for these things. Let me put on the recent runtime as a ascending. See. So these things are useful for an admin, for an operation guy to see that if I put any report on the dashboard, or if I reschedule any report now, how much time that report is going to be take for me. See, this report run 44 times, but the running time is 44 milliseconds. Then it's fine for me. But if it's run 44 times and it take 2000 minutes, sorry, 2000 milliseconds, then you can imagine that how much it taking 5 minutes, 7 minutes to run a single report. It's not a good practice here. Reported source. Let me click on
one question.
Yes, Santosh.
Do we also get how many people have opened a report kind of stats? Like so many reports we create and share. So we also want to know how it has been utilized, whether it is really people are interested to see or not.
So you can use that running time, that how many time it's run.
Not the click, is it? I mean, not the open rate.
No, not the open bar.
Okay.
Okay. So this thing, maybe I can just open a single report here and let's see. Definitely there should be some running instance as well. If I open this report, no information available here, Santosh.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, but definitely you can get those things at how. See, if someone is running a report if one of the report run multiple times, it means that is a useful report.
Okay.
Right. So these things. Yes. Then reported source. In the meantime, let me open a extra in the tab. So these are my reported source. And if I go here and just click on create new report, and if I click on my data source, no data source selected. Let me put some name first. Is it okay? Yep. So you can see here, these data source are my reporting source here. Basically, what do you mean by the data source? Data source is inbuilt query which has some specific conditions in the background instead of putting the table name. So like if I go here and I say, okay, I want a report on the change. What do you want to see? Change open, change closed, change emergency, change problem. I say change closed. In this case, you are not going to define any table here because I don't know the table. Okay, and click on the run. So it's run automatically. It's picking up the condition automatically in the background. These things. You can still define the types. You can define the type. You can configure it. You can style it. But by using the data source, these conditions are coming automatically. These things. Data source, change request, dot clause, change request, data source condition active false. Because this is mentioned in my data source. Let me open this. Here, change close, right? active is equal to false. So in short, if I say I send one message to anyone, okay, and I say in the background by default, okay, let's say example, I purchase a new phone and I keep a setting vibration as a default. It means any number of time if I switch on my phone, that settings will be remain same. That is coming from the data source. So data source is nothing, just a place, or it is already inbuilt query with the conditions that what result you want to achieve through the report. So like this, we have approximately this many these things. Sorry, I can say reported source. You can go here, change the data source. I want to get on the knowledge article, knowledge used. See, condition has been changed. If I create my report, I'll mention my conditions manually. If I'm using a data source, I'm just putting a simple condition all in the background and click on the run.
अच्छा
Okay.
तो एज आई अंडरस्टैंड ये जो डेटा सोर्स है डिफॉल्ट या आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स डेटा सोर्स है,
Right.
तो ये डेटा सोर्स जो है वो तो मतलब उस पर्टिकुलर टेबल के थ्रू से उन्होंने आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स आपको क्वेरी बिल्ड करके दिया हुआ है, ठीक है?
Right. Right.
तो इसके अभी इसी डेटा सोर्स के अंदर अगर मेरे को फिल्टर कंडीशंस डालने होंगे तो हम डाल सकते हैं क्या?
Yes, yes, you can do the changes.
ओके, ठीक है.
Like in the incident resolve, I put some more condition here. See, it has a filter, right?
ओके.
I can put and
ओके, ओके.
variety is P4. Update incident resolve. Let me go here and change my filter. See.
हाँ, तो ये जो है, ये जो हमने फिल्टर डाला हुआ है, ये सिर्फ विजिबल हमको होगा, राइट?
नहीं.
ये
It is
पूरा
visible to, see, it is visible to everyone who is using, who want to create a report. The only thing is that we use the data source because we don't want to work on a same query again and again and again and again. Suppose in my team I have 10 people, okay, and everyone come in the morning and want to see that how many incidents are in the open, how many of them in the priority 4. Better 10 people create 10 different reports. I'll create one data source and say, okay, now go and create 10 reports, but I'm giving you the filter conditions on them or with my on my place. So they no need to be write these things again and again. You can still modify this thing if you want on the runtime. Out on this, on the top of this, you can add one more thing. Let me say impact is medium. Run. See, nothing is there because this condition is there, but this is not fulfilling any condition. Okay. So you can put it on the top of that.
Understood.
The best example I can tell you, one I just in my mind, if you order pizza from Domino's or Pizza Hut, farm pizza, veggie pizza, pepe paneer, these are already built up pizzas, right? You have something on the top, sir, itna cheese hoga, itna paneer hoga, itna capsicum hoga. These are the data sources, but they also give you the option of the customize. On the below they have the customize as well. So do you want to add some more cheese? Do you want to add some more breads? So these are those things. So those are the data sources. Like people like me who don't know that यार pizza का क्या system चलता है. हाँ, मेरी wife ने बोला pizza खाना ठीक है. I'm ordering one veg pizza or pepper paneer. That's all done for my side. I'm not going to see, okay, which pizza I need to find out, how I create this pizza, all these things. I simply go and put these things, that's all. So this is the example of the data source which you can use in the routine. Okay. Any doubt till this point?
All good, sir.
Tejal, Shilpi, Dipesh, Anjan, Narayan. Okay, all set then?
All set, sir.
Okay. Let's come to the
Yes,
next
sir.
topic. Report range, you can leave it. Interactive filter, which we just discussed. Map, if you want to put something. Chart color, means these are just the cosmetic changes now. You want to put something, okay, maps. Let me show you the map sources. You know, Ola is one of the ServiceNow customer. Ola use ServiceNow, and on the app they have a map. So from they are using they are the one who are using the map as a functionality properly. So if you remember that when we are creating in these things, when we put the type as a map, right? And if I go to the configure map on this data, because I'm on the incident table, so I have 5 things from the incident. If I go and search it here, incident, show matching. See. So these things you guys need to be understand key from where these informations are coming. If you want to get a new information, go and get a new information here. Easily you can create that part. And that is the reason that it is the best part of ServiceNow, even though these are the standard reports, but it fulfill many of your requirements very easily. Put a name on which table of incident you want to put as a map. I want to put on the priority, let's see. And I can use that part. Then वो बना देगा मेरे लिए. Okay. So these things you can utilize easily. If I just go in the type again, maybe it's did not load for me. Yep, I need to be reloaded again. Okay. So but this option will be available for you. Then you can utilize that part. Nothing much to be worried on that part. Okay. Then you can get a maps, all these things you can do that part. Let me come to the properties here. Little important to understand. Enable natural language query in report designer. Did you guys notice this thing? If I go to the data, let me run this report. This thing, sorry, yeah. What do you want to see? Ask. These are the natural language. Enable natural language query. If you want to see, I want to see priority. Call it. Ask. Can you generate the report, the configure report slide map? ओहो भाई इसको लिस्ट में लेके चलते हैं. Now let me run this. कहाँ गया ये? Priority column. This is a new functionality added by ServiceNow in these things. Not sure that how it's exactly work, but this is something new which they added in the Cubic release, natural language processes. And you can see, you can read on that part that how this can be used. Okay, but this is coming from the property, yes or no. Truncate x-axis 20 characters. Toggle animations on the on and off charts generated with the charting V2 plugin. Basically जो chartings होती हैं, जो आपको यहाँ charts दिखते हैं सारे के सारे, that is coming from the V2 plugin. Charting V2 plugin is there. I'll pick up this point later on that how you can check or how you can install the plugin. Number of bins in the histogram chart, maximum 120, maximum 20. Color of the mean value dot box. Open drill down information. These are the basically nothing but are just kind of I can say, what I can say, properties which you can use yes or no to make your reporting easy and good. Nothing else is there. Okay. So these are the reports which you should know, because sometimes customer will ask, I am able to see only histogram. Let me go to the histogram. What happened? Arey yaar. Multiple things we are putting actually. Okay, so that it's not coming. Resolve incidents कुछ नहीं है हमारे पास अभी. All these things. Otherwise, it become a chart for you, histogram chart. But if you want to put the values of this, that how many bars or bins should be visible, you can put a value here. Default color should be, you can mention here. Box color you can mention here. Map. If you see that when I go here and select as a map. What map it is showing by default? World map. If you want to see the remove this world map and put some other, you can go and mention the India. Interactive filter you can choose on the radio button. 50 filters you can pick up. It means these conditions you can pick it up as a 51. 50. These conditions which you can put. Conditions are there. Sorry, not this one. Basically, interactive filter from this side. How you want to display the data here. Okay. So by these way, you can utilize your reporting and the dashboard. Reporting and dashboard is must for your customers. And it is good for you to understand that how you can sell that thing to your customer as a value add. Okay. Any question, any doubt till this point? Either yes or no.
No, sir.
No.
Tejas say no, I'm happy then. Okay, Ishwari, what about you? All fine?
Okay, sir. Fine then.
Okay, good. Okay, so with this, this topic is closed, reporting and the dashboard. Okay, let me bring something or another new topic for the discussion. Okay, but I'll just give a little bit overview. Not much detail I'll give you today, but we will discuss that in our next class. Okay, let go here and open an incident. Okay, and create new. Listen carefully now. It is important topic. Okay, just notice few of my movements. Where is the priority? Okay, 2, 1. Priority change to the 2. Impact change to 3. Priority become 4. Impact change to 1. Priority become 3. 2. Priority become 2. You guys notice one thing. By changing the value of impact and urgency, by changing these two values, something happening in the background for the priority. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
This is the one of the example. Second example I'm putting in front of you now. Suppose you are having some issue in your instance. You put that question in our WhatsApp group. Okay. You assume that it is assigned to Atul by default because he is our teacher, so he knows everything and he should be able to resolve that particular incident, right? It means I am doing a kind of a auto assignment there. If it is a ServiceNow issue, it should go to the Atul. Now, if I change the category of that particular issue, suppose hardware, And I know that in our group, Anjan is one of the person who has a good experience in the data centers, in the hardware. So if I change the category to the hardware, that incident should assign to the Anjan, not to the Atul. Okay. So these things basically, the changes in one or two value impacting the other value. If I'm changing category, I'm getting the assignment group to be changed. If I'm changing color, okay. When we say, suppose I was watching some one web series yesterday, specifically on that Uri part. Okay, so one of the high senior leader, not leader, basically one of the senior uh, leader in the this thing army, get a order from the PMO office that please get a one best guys from your team. So it means when he say best guy, he know one name and he assigned that particular operation to that particular person. So it means if I say that Atul Grover is raising a issue, this should be assigned only to Santosh because he is the one who can handle Atul issue quickly and resolve that. If any issue raised by Ishwari should be closed by the Uma or should be assigned to Uma because Ishwari ke jo questions hai, basically that is in the category of the reporting and Uma is expert in that reporting. He can help on that part. So these things called the data lookup. Okay, data lookup basically if I say that I am using one value and changing the another value. Okay, let it be open my Word file. I'll give you the little background of this one, and in the next class we will create one data lookup as well. Okay, if you are in a good mood, you can go and read about data lookup today as well, and then just put this point as well in the chat. Okay. Okay. Data lookup. Okay. What data lookup say? If I change the value of A, my B should change to my value of B should be changed to X, Y, Z. If I changing the value in A and B together, my C value should be replaced by or changed by TTT. Okay. If caller is Atul, then assignment group should be why these things are required and where these things are be used. Any idea? Any wild guesses? What do you say? Tejal, starting from your side. Why I need the data lookup on the place? Shilpi, what do you say? बताओ.
इमीडिएट इंफॉर्मेशन मिले उसके लिए.
ओके और क्या कहते हो संतोष?
हाँ सर, ये तो स्पेसिफिकली एज यू मेंशनड ये ऑटोमेशन के लिए हो सकता है. देन
ये पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं, इसमें मैं तो लिख रहा हूँ अभी.
ओके, ये एक्चुअली how critical our ticket indicate करता है. I mean, we can define how critical the ticket is and where this should flow. And one more example, caller is, suppose the caller is MD of some company.
Right.
that ticket is high priority. So the assignment हम लोग उसको define करते हैं, this should go to some the important person to take care of his ticket.
Right.
Yes.
So if I take another example and then I'll go to my definitions here. Okay. You guys order something from Flipkart or Amazon or any other app, you order something. Okay. You guys did not like that particular order. Okay. And you click on the return. Okay. How that ticket assigned to the return department only, not to the marketing department, not to the sales department, not to the finance department. Because if they route it or if they keep it like anything, they keep it like okay, so कोई agent आएगा उसको pick up करके check करेगा क्या करना है इसके ऊपर, then the SLA will be breached. So to sort out these things, we have a data lookup on the place. Okay, and this is the one of the basic example of automation. Automation basically, as per my understanding, automation is on the three principles or can be completed in the 3 steps. First is called the auto creation. Example, you know, when we are doing the email notification, we say if anyone facing issue, just send an email to ServiceNow email ID. Ticket will be created automatically. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So that is the example of the auto creation. Just single line email you send. My laptop is not working. Thanks and regards, Atul Grover. Ticket created automatically. That is the first step of my automation. Second come the auto assignment. Even though auto assignment हो सकता है, auto classification हो सकता है, prioritize हो सकता है, ये सारे ऑप्शन ऑटो में आते हैं. Auto assignment means to which group it should go. Auto prioritize. Whenever you send any email to my email ID of ServiceNow, why it's always a P4? Why it's not a P3 or P2 or P1? That is the auto prioritize. And finally, auto assignment. If I mention my laptop is not working, it means it is a hardware issue. By reading that line, my ServiceNow assigned that ticket to the hardware team, not the software team. This is the second example of the auto assignment. And tomorrow, in the next class, we will discuss these things from the data lookup. And third, auto resolution. I give you the one example on this part. Okay, I joined a new company and I want to install Microsoft Visio on my laptop. Okay, I create a request in the portal. It get approved. It get assigned to a respective team. And after 3 hours, a job run which see, okay, who has requested for the Visio installation. It pick up my IP address, it pick up my host name, open the machine from the background, go and install my software in my machine, and I even don't know. I just got a pop-up after 20 minutes. Microsoft Visio has been installed. Please reboot your machine once to get it be ready for the use. This is the best example of the auto resolution. IVR is the best example of this. When you call to some bank or Vodafone or Airtel, any customer care you call, one lady speak on the thing, press 1 for this, press 2 for this, press 3 for this. What is this? That is the automation on the place. And if you want to check your balance, they say, okay, if your existing customer press 1, you want to check your balance, press 1. You have a query and it is resolved now, auto resolution. Without human intervention, you are closing that particular request. This is the example of the automation, and due to these things, we have the data lookup on the place.
Atul.
Yes, Santosh.
Okay, so the example which you quoted, so all the activities done by, I mean, that installation and everything is done by ServiceNow or some other tool?
No, some other tool. ServiceNow is just a place to log that request.
Okay. Okay.
Because if you want to install Visio on my machine, definitely you need to go to the server as well, right?
Correct.
So you go to the server, you put up the license things on the place, then you will install the things on my place.
Yes.
So in this case, integration is required with the multiple system,
Correct. Correct.
right? Now, if
I
you
think
take
I think an easy example would be installation of printer, Atul. So, for
exactly,
example, if
yes,
I'm a user and I say I want to install the printer, so I raise a ticket, and in the resolution it sends me the link how to install the
install
printer.
a printer,
That
right,
that
right,
that becomes my resolution. So I
right.
look at the instructions and I install the printer.
Okay. So by these manners we can do the automation. Okay. I'm sure Tejal and Ishwari, this is a new concept for you, but this is the booming concept in the industry as of now. Okay. So
Right.
let's not go in. Yes,
One one
yes,
one
Narayan.
second. So for Tejal and Ishwari. So basically, the concept of automation itself is something where you identify certain repeatable steps in any transaction, and you try to make it done by the computer or the machine, basically. So that will avoid the manual intervention. When manual intervention is avoided, basically it will reduce the time frame of each step as well. So this is the concept of automation.
Yes. Have you heard about, definitely you guys heard about Alexa, Google Assistant?
Yes,
I was
yes,
driving, I just click on the one icon of the mic and I say, please call my wife on this number. It put a call
yes. That's
for
right.
her. Alexa, please order
Absolutely.
vegetables. Please book appointment for the spa or this beauty parlor. This is complete automation. You remember that earlier we have a remote, TV remotes with the buttons. Now
Right,
only maximum 2 or 3 buttons on the remote. For the speaking, one for the on off, one for the this volume. That's all. Nothing
right.
else. Okay.
And in the US, Google is taking calls on your behalf.
Yes, exactly right. Google is also taking the calls on your behalf, right? Okay. So this is the concept which we are going to be discussed in our next class. That is called the data lookup. Simple English, it's saying you have some data, go somewhere, search for the data, and give me the results. That is a data lookup, but it has a principle in the background. When I say pick up this value, go to that place, I am putting some setter and the matcher. Go there to match something, match and then give me the results. Okay. So nothing to be worried. In the next class, we will discuss this. This is a heads up for the next class so that if you get time, read a little bit about the data lookup. Don't put any deep dive on that. Just an overview you should be able to get it. Okay. Any doubt, question, clarification required? Ishwari, Tejal, Shilpi, and other guys, Uma, Narayan. Are yes or
I'm
no?
good, Atul. I'm good. I'm good.
Tejal,
Yes, all good.
Tejal, Ishwari, Ishwari, all fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So let me stop the recording now.